Today we have new troop levels, new defense levels, a new defense, a new siege machine, and more to reveal to you. The February update is fast approaching, and let's see what's in store at Town Hall 17. The haste spell is getting a new level, which is a good thing because it is severely underutilized, but I don't think it will fix the fact that the only armies that use the haste spell are not strong at the moment. The archer is also getting a new level up to lucky 13, whilst the archer itself probably won't be that important. I'm sure you're all curious about the super archer. The super archer goes from 162 DPS to now 166, and it gains an extra 25 hit points, so it is a little less vulnerable to giant bombs and it does a little more damage, but I still think it's too risky to do at Town Hall 17 with the meta as it currently is. The healer is also getting a new level, but have a look at this. No additional healing to troops, only to heroes, and I think this is a good change. Plenty of healing power on troops at this stage, but heroes, it's a weird one because the Queen needs more healing and the Warden doesn't. I don't want Warden charges to be ridiculously broken, and I think Warden charges are going to be pretty meta because how is your Warden going to go down at the moment? Whereas the Queen charge, yeah, it's going to be nice, the additional healing, but the Town Hall weapon still hard counters the Queen charge because it can shoot your healers and your Queen at the same time. The P.E.K.K.A. is getting a new level. I don't think this is going to be very useful for straight up P.E.K.K.A. attacks, but it is going to make the Siege Barracks even stronger than it already is because we get two of these bad boys coming out of it. The Miner is getting a new level, and this asks a lot of questions because look, it is a properly significant upgrade with 200 extra hit points. Will Hybrid be usable at Town Hall 17? My gut says no, even though we also got a buff to the Life It gem recently. Will the Queen charge be usable with it? Like I said, probably not, but could we do a Royal Champion or Warden charge with the Hybrid? Maybe. The Bowler is also getting a new level, but I mean, it's the Bowler. Who's using the regular Bowler at Town Hall 17? The real difference here is in the Super Bowler, which gets an extra 200 hit points and an extra 15 damage per second. Is this going to be enough to make it strong? Yet again, I still have a hunch it's not that strong because there's so many more reliable armies, and reliability is the thing at Town Hall 17. Super Bowl's a bit wonky with their AI, but we'll give it a go for you guys because this new level, it's a pretty significant upgrade. Now onto buildings, and the Expo is getting an upgrade as you can see here, and if you can tell from the bars, we're also getting two supercharge levels, and I'm going to be honest, these supercharges, releasing it at the same time as the original upgrade, the non-supercharged one, is arguably one of the more puzzling decisions Supercell's ever made. I thought the point of supercharges was to add content to the game when there wasn't a lot of content in the game. There's plenty of content in this update. We don't need 3 upgrades for the Expo in one update, but apparently we do, and it just completely diminishes this non-supercharge upgrade here. I don't know, let me know what you think of the supercharges, because this isn't the only defense getting a supercharge as well, and I'm baffled. The Hidden Tesla's also getting an upgrade. How sick does it look? I love the aesthetic of this, but yet again, 2 more supercharge upgrades. The Scattershot also getting a new level. It looks sick. Nice hit point buff. Wish it was a bit more damage, but if you want more damage, you guessed it, there's another 2 supercharges. The Mortar is going up to level 17, gets a whole bunch of extra hit points, a lot of extra damage, so good luck flame flingering into a Mortar now. And you guessed it, we're now giving out supercharges to the Mortar. Come back to me. But what about this new defense? We get the multi-gear tower, and this essentially combines the 2 defenses that you got geared up from the builder base. So you're going to need a geared up archer tower that's max and a geared up cannon that is max. This is not undoable, so we'll click on that and let's place it right there. And then it's going to be a 15-day upgrade. Now, what is this multi-gear tower do in the end? So there is 2 modes to it. So the multi-gear tower is a combination of the 2 defenses, and there is a different mode you can choose. So there's the long range, and you can see the range of this here is really nice. Huge range, but not as much damage. So you can see the damage there, 300 damage per second. Or you can go into the short range, which looks more like the cannon. And look at this, it goes up to 607 damage per second. And that's just at level 1. If we upgrade it to level 2, it goes up to 644 damage, up to 4,200 hit points. Then if we switch that out again, back to 320. So do you want long range, slow firing, but longer range? Or do you want the short range, but quicker firing and it burns through your troops quickly? And the last building getting a new level is the workshop, which means we get a new siege machine, and it is the troop launcher. Now watch this here. The troop launcher targets your troops. So it's trying to send reinforcement troops towards the troops that you have already on the battlefield. Now each barrel will have 1 giant, 2 barbs, 3 or 4 archers, 1 or 2 wall breakers depending on the level, and they're going to be reasonably leveled troops, but there'll also be one of your own clan castle troops that are in the siege machine shot in each barrel. And you can see the number of attacks dependent on the level of the troop launcher, and it's going to shoot basically until it dies. Now make sure you put the troop launcher in a safe location, because its range, as you can see here, is basically infinite. But it's a cool way of reinforcing troops, not on the outside of the base, but inside of the base, slowly but surely. So now we're going to show the troop launcher in action, but before that we're going to start off this Root Rider hit with an Electro Boots charge, because keep in mind the Invis got nerfed and the Electro Boots got nerfed as well. So some of you might be wondering if this attack strategy is still viable, and hopefully I can show you here it still is pretty viable. So we do take a little bit of damage there, but Royal Champion has plenty of hit points to where you can make a couple of mistakes with your Invis timing. Royal Champion takes down the Town Hall, beautiful pathing from her, and now she's going to go up and get some more value. Now, in terms of the troop launcher, I'm really curious to see if some people figure out some insane ways to use it. I think it's a nice siege machine, but I just struggled to see how it'd be better than the siege barracks. But this attack maybe will show a good way that it is better, because often with these Root Rider hits, you use the siege barracks on the outside of the base when there's lots of defensive buildings to take down. But there's not really a lot of buildings on the outside of the base here, so you'll see in a minute why that's important. Now, the AI for the troop launcher acts like a healer AI, so it's shooting at my queen at the start, but my queen's not taking any damage now, so it's going to shoot at my troops that are taking damage, aka the Root Rider spam. So the barrels coming in, there's giants, barbs, archers, and then one of my CC troops in that. So I've got Valks and Hogs in my CC. So we're just getting replenished units in the center of the base. Look at the range. It can shoot basically infinite range with this troop launcher. And there it is. It has finished up there, gets its last shot in, lands directly on the troops, and this Root Rider hit is going really strongly. And as you can see, my queen doesn't need the help on the outside of the base here, so the siege barracks wouldn't have been that useful anyway. Now, have a look at this cannon here, the geared up cannon. 600 damage per second. A little crazy. It took down the Royal Champion super quickly, so I think this defense will make a difference. I think it's slightly stronger than the merged defenses we have currently in the game. But is it going to stop 3-starring? No, and this is the whole thing that's annoying for me. The Electro Boots, like, you can nerf them all you want, but the actual core premise of them is insane. But just what you can do with it, it turns the Royal Champion into the most ridiculous hero. Same as like the Fireball does for the Warden, and even nerfing it a little bit isn't going to make a major difference because it's the core premise that makes it insane. So as you can see, I'm still going to wreck this base. I still think Town Hall 17 isn't going to be ridiculously difficult, but it's definitely getting a bit tougher in this update. And hopefully, you know, the new levels on stuff like bowlers and miners and healers can change the meta a little bit. But at this stage, Root Riders and Dragons seem to be the meta for me. But let us know down below what you think of this first sneak peek, and we can't wait to see you tomorrow for some more information.